Coming up next on the Nightly News Podcast.
Students discuss inequalities and sexual discrimination during a discourse about the changes to Title IX and how it would affect students.
There's talk about a bus coming to UCF that will provide medical options for women facing pregnancy.
UCF is taking the initiative to help women with their hygiene throughout campus. Nightly News Podcast starts now. Good afternoon and welcome to the Nightly News Podcast. I'm Sierra Ward.
And I'm Tiana Sconiers. Today is Friday, April 5th, 2019.
The Department of Education is reviewing over 105,000 public comments on its proposed changes to Title IX. Recent events on campus have encouraged students to discuss sex discrimination as the department undergoes its review process. Nightly News Podcast reporter Fritz Farrow has more on what UCF students had to say.
Yes, the apples are really. She was talking.
Students engaged in a wide-ranging discussion about inequality, social justice, and sex discrimination over tea at an MSC-sanctioned event. The changes to Title IX would allow the accused to cross-examine the accuser and limit a school's responsibility for off-campus incidents. UCF sophomore Shay Fincher attended the MSC event and called the proposed changes terrible and hard on victims.
If you're a victim, it's going to be very hard for you to come face-to-face to your accuser. Like, you don't know, your life could be on the line, and the fact that you're speaking out and he's watching you speak out, that's terrible.
UCF student Michelle Kahn expressed similar concerns.
Something life-changing like that is going to affect your school. You know, it's going to affect your social, it's going to affect every single aspect. So it should be the school's responsibility to make sure you're doing okay and to help you, get through what you're going through.
Let's be clear, graduate assistant Kaylee Marsh says she does not expect universities to take sexual assault less seriously with these changes.
I'm not so sure that it would cause schools to take it less seriously, because kind of what happens is government sets these mandates like, hey, this is what you have to do for a bare minimum, and then the university is allowed to choose to go above and beyond at that point if they would like.
Reporting in Orlando, Fritz Farrow, Nightly News Podcast.
The department will decide whether or not to follow through with the Title IX changes after it finishes reviewing the public comments.
A new bus will soon come to campus that offers women free pregnancy testing and sonograms. It allows for women to have confidential services and resources. Reporter Melissa Woodford provides more information about these resources, including counseling about medical options and data about abortion.
The new mobile medical unit serves as a way to help women with unplanned pregnancies on campus. The bus is affiliated with the pregnancy centers of Oviedo and Sanford. The organization is open about its pro-life position. I interviewed different people about what the bus's presence means to them. Nicole Gallagher has had an abortion in the past.
I know that upon having an abortion, it leaves a hole in a woman's soul that she may be driven by different ways to try to mask that pain, but it's there.
Andrea Crecise, the leader of the organization, said that women on the bus are given the highest quality care. She said that when women visit the bus, the care team provides resources so that the women can verify their pregnancies.
Doesn't she deserve to have all the facts in front of her so that she can make an informed choice? And so that's really what it all boils down to. And we can all agree with that.
The woman performing the ultrasounds, Amber Dunson, is a registered diagnostic medical sonographer and has been doing sonography for 9 years.
We follow all HIPAA laws as far as patient privacy. So if she has someone come with her, we usually ask them to wait outside until the actual ultrasound.
This pregnancy help center is unique for providing a $20 pregnancy test and $200 ultrasound test for free. In Orlando, Melissa Woodford, Nightly News Podcast.
The bus has been in the UCF area on Tuesdays, but will likely be switching so that it is in places surrounding the UCF area on Thursdays.
There are about 37,000 female students at UCF, and the SGA initiative to put free feminine products in the bathrooms is off to a great start. But there are only a few locations with the free dispensers, and some students are hoping it will expand to more buildings. Here's Nightly News Podcast reporter Taya Britton with when and if you will see more free dispensers.
When you walk into the women's restroom in the all-night study at Farrell Commons, you see many things. There is free contraception, posters with health services information, and most recently added a free feminine hygiene product dispenser. In the fall, Senator Kevin Olson proposed this initiative, which passed in the Senate with a unanimous vote. Right now, UCF is in the pilot stage, testing out how much money and resources it will take so they can give that information to the incoming SGA administration. Olson, one of the project leads for the initiative, says that one of the most expensive components is the dispensers themselves. Currently, there are a few locations that have the free dispensers, including the Student Union and the All-Night Studies. Senior experimental animation major Rebecca Bigalski spends most of her time in the Visual Arts Building or taking classes online. She hardly ever steps foot in the Student Union.
I think if they put the dispensers in buildings where students actually have classes, it would be more beneficial.
While expansion is definitely one of Olson's goals, he says they had to focus on student-funded spaces first.
That was the biggest concern, is where's the money coming from in this whole process? Who's going to pay for it? Who's going to sustain it?
In the next few weeks, there will be a dispenser put into the Recreation and Wellness Center. As a male, speaking for an issue that doesn't directly affect himself, Olson hopes that students see that SGA is there to hear the students' concerns and do what they can to help. In Orlando, Taya Britton, Nightly News Podcast.
According to the Olson's resolution, lack of access to feminine hygiene products has long been a barrier to education and workplace success for women. By passing this resolution and seeing it through, UCF is playing a part in the global initiative for menstrual equity by improving UCF students' access to feminine hygiene products.
That's our time for right now. Thanks for joining us. Remember, you can always keep up with UCF Nightly News on Twitter, YouTube, Facebook, and Instagram.
And if you've got a story idea you want us to know about, send it our way. You can reach us at nightlynewsucf@gmail.com. Thank you for listening and have a great day.